in.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Jose. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Oof. What's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm good. Just another day in school. What else is new?
How was your past week?
It was pretty good, honestly. Like, I felt after our conversation from last week, I had to really think about what were some of the things I really wanted and all of that.
That's great.
So, and I actually, after last week, I took a lot what you said in consideration and all of that. And I decided, honestly, that I feel that'd be better for me to really, put my best foot forward and get in college.
Well, that's cool, but I just wanted to tell you again before I completely forgot, because you just went right in, that everything that we say, remember that it's still confidential between me and you, and everything. Okay?
All right, sounds good.
So you decided you wanted to go to college.
Yep.
How come? What made you come to that decision?
Well, honestly, this past weekend, one of my boys that I know from when I was young died in a drive-by over the weekend and all that. So it was like seeing that and seeing the path I was going, I'm just like, that could have been me. That can be me if I don't get out from the hood and just be able to go to college and make a difference for myself, and it's crazy, and I'm just at a pause right now. Like, this happened just over the weekend and everything. Went to the funeral, everything and all that. So I just saw myself and I figured, why not get myself out of an environment that I know was going to lead me to my own death. So I figured, college can really get me out of the hood and I can really make a difference to this world. But I'm just scared of how this world's going to treat me, since I'm not really all this straight A student and all that. I just get normally B's and C's and all that, and I don't want to be judged, So I guess probably that was what I feared the most, coming out from really just not wanting to go to college, to now where I'm just like, I want to get myself out of the hood before things get worse. But I really do want to make a difference, and I really want to be in a new environment.
That's good. First I want to say I'm sorry for your loss. It's very sad to hear about that. And I'm glad that you decided something that you actually wanted to do about going to college. And not everyone's a straight A student. Everybody's different. Did you look into colleges? Did you see anything, or?
I mean, well, at first, what I did was, as I told you before, my parents didn't go to school, so I had to talk to one of my cousins who's at what's that school called? That's by Patterson.
Willie Patterson University. Willie Patterson.
Yeah, Willie P. I think. Yeah, Willie Patterson. Go Willie Patterson and all that. He was telling me about what majors they had up there, and I was like, it's very far from where I'm at right now. But honestly, at this point, I'm willing to go anywhere. I just need to get away from here, So I tried out some of their majors, I don't know, did we talk about last week about my majors I wanted to do and all that?
You said you were into computer.
Yeah.
Computer science.
Yeah. Now, I don't know whether I want to go with computer science. It's great because I get to work with computers and all that. But now it's like, with all the madness that's going on and all that, I'm more intrigued about the human mind. So I'm also considering psychology actually not as a major, because I like studying the human mind, see how people think, why people react the way they react and all that. So I feel like psychology could also be a major I want to pursue.
Okay, so you're looking to get away from here, so you're looking to actually dorm at a university.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And then since you want to do psychology, most schools offer psychology. Is there a distance that you want to go, or the
Look,
further the better?
look. Even if it's out the country, even if I could go, listen, take me to Hawaii for all I care.
Okay.
Like I want to go somewhere that I'm gonna get the best experience, and really it's gonna get me up out of here. Cause if I stay here any longer, what is really life?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You mentioned that your parents didn't go to college, correct?
Nope.
None of them.
Nope.
And currently, you're living with your parents?
Yeah, I'm living with them.
Okay. Well, do you get reduced lunch or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, I get free lunch.
Okay. Most schools at universities, they offer an EOF program that you go to school in the summer for a couple of weeks. And this helps you in getting ahead also with some of your credits and going to the EOF program. And the EOF program also helps you financially.
Okay.
Which is an option that you have if you want it, obviously. I suggest it, of course, if you want it. Depending on what you want to study, we could look at many colleges. There's Rutgers University, William Patterson University, Seton Hall, NGCU. These are all schools you could dorm at, so that it's a good option. Would you like to go to William Patterson?
I would like to, but I hear a lot of noise about Rutgers, New Brunswick, like it's supposed to be where it's at and all that. And plus, their dorms are big. I actually was out there one time, and it's like its own little town out there. So I'm just like,
Rutgers is a very big school.
yeah,
Very big.
I have another cousin that. I got one cousin that goes to the Brunswick campus, and the other one that goes to the North campus. I actually was out at the North campus recently, and how the reputation that North gets and all that. You would think, why would I go back? Why would I want to go to a school that would be a reflection of what I'm already witnessing right here? But I was out there, and I feel like that community is very unique, it's very centralized and all that. And the diversity on that campus, like they say it's the most diverse campus in the nation. I'm like, man, lies. But I kid you not, I stood over for the weekend, and my cousin's very involved on campus out there, so I went out to an event, and he's a part of a club out there. He's part of a club on campus. He was showing me around campus and all that. It was on a Thursday. Thursday night is what they would call their turn up day. So
Okay.
it's like I went out and all that, but instead of going out to the dorm, to the frat houses and all that, we actually stood inside the campus center. They had a banquet inside their campus center, and I was just like, oh, word, I like this, It was very low key, it was a very different environment. It was like an open mic. And a lot of people came out, showed support. I was like, damn. And they say New Brunswick's big. It may be big, but can you get this sense of community? Like, it's different. I like it. I mean, and honestly, after that experience, it's like, okay, I wouldn't mind Newark neither. So I would apply for both New Brunswick and Newark.
Okay.
I definitely won't do Camden. I ain't doing Camden.
Okay, so you want to apply to both Newark and New Brunswick Rutgers campuses?
Yep.
Do you want to apply to William Patterson?
I would, yeah.
Okay, is there any other school that you think you want to apply to?
There's what other school is there? Ramapo.
You want to apply to Ramapo College?
Yep.
Which all of these schools are for the EOF program, so.
Okay. Which other school? King University.
King University. Okay, so here you have four different schools, two different campuses. One of them is two different campuses, which you do have to apply for separately. Do you know the process that you need to go through, or do you want to talk about it?
Well, I mean, look, for some of them, it's like, for some of them, it's like for some of them I have to really pay the application process.
Mm-hmm. Well, for the application process, there is waivers that we have for you for each school, since you could apply for the EOF process. We have waivers for Rutgers University. We have waivers for William Patterson, Kane University, and Ramapo College. So you don't have to worry about actually paying for your application.
Okay.
Which is easier for you in the first place. We have to look at all the requirements that each school has, and also you would be able to write your personal statement, which we could get started, and obviously with your English teacher, she could review it and to proofread everything you want to write.
Alright. I mean, personal statements, I don't know what they'll write on there, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, am I supposed to put, like, my heart on something? Like, what's a personal statement?
Well, personal statement, it depends on the school. Some schools actually ask you the questions that you need to have, like the essays, they ask you the question and you need to answer it. Some questions is just a personal statement, which is you talk about yourself. You talk about where you come from, where you're from, who inspires you, why do you want to go to their school. So which is something good for you, because you could actually just write everything that you feel and have your English teacher check it for good marks.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. And then we'll fill out the waivers for all the schools that you want, all the applications, we'll fill them out together. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, there is something, honestly, like, okay, like, I understand I gotta go through the application process and all that, but, like, what I'm afraid about is, you know, if I apply to all these schools, you know, I don't want it to be where I apply to all these good schools and I get rejected from all of them and all that because of my low test scores and all that.
Well, there is programs. The EOF program, like I said before, does offer you the summer program, and some schools, depending on your GPA, will offer you also other programs for you to get help with getting into the program. Or some schools could actually also accept you in an academic probation, I think, if I have the word right. So that's actually really good. Applying to these schools is a long process, but since you really want to go, it's a process that you have to take.
All right. Well, I need my parents' information and all that.
Yes, because you also have, for EOF, you need to do financial aid, which has to do with the taxes of your parents. So financial aid will decide how much money they're going to give you. And then in that way, you get your state grants and scholarships. If you want to apply for any, we could also do that. And then there's also loans.
Hell. No. I'm not trying to take out no loans. I ain't trying to go broke. No. I ain't trying to do no loans. Is there a way I can like stay away from loans and all that?
Well, with staying away from loans, you have the option depending on how much your parents made together and what financial aid FAFSA actually gives you. There's also scholarships that we could work on together if you like, which would take you away from loans. EOF is going to help you a lot because they do help you with payments of the school. You could also start getting involved at the schools when you want. They would help you also depending on the involvement in clubs. You could do work study for yourself, which is also an option that you work at the school. You get paid, but you also get help from the state for them to pay for school. So there's a lot of options for you for not to stay away from loans, but there's the option that you may need loans due to the fact that you want a dorm.
Okay.
So that's really good, especially with the work study. With the work study, you'll be able to work at the school.
All right.
And get involved in that way also.
All right. That sounds good and all that. I mean, it's going to be a long journey and all that, you know, so.
Of course, and it'll be a journey that we'll have together because I'm going to help you with everything that you need in order to get the process going. Okay. So, have you told your parents that you want to go to college?
I thing was says, "Why you need to go to college?" Like, man, you need to go and work. That's what you need to do. My mom's like, listen, my son, you need to get away from here. So I need you to go do that college thing so you can make a difference. So, all right. So it just seems like, my mom's more supportive of me in this decision than my father is.
Right, which is you have at least one support, and you want to go to college so that you're pushing yourself to go to college, which is great. So I just wanted to say we're getting close to termination. Next
Really?
week.
Damn, that was quick.
Next week we're getting close to finishing our sessions. Is there anything else you want to touch base on aside from college that you actually?
Yeah. Like, okay. I guess it kind of relates back to college, really. When I wake up every morning, I fear for myself at times because it's like, you could be here today and gone tomorrow. And, living where I'm living at right now, with drive-bys happening every once in a while, you don't know who's going to take that next bullet. Living in this environment, it's taught me a lot of things. In life, there's many things that could take place. You could either be, you can be a young man that's trying to make something for himself, or you could just be another hood rat. Personally, at one point, I was like, I see people on the corner, they trying to look cool and all that, and I'm thinking, I want to be like that, I want to be gangbanging and all that, right? But when I saw my friend that died, drive by being a part of that life, it's like, this is something I don't want. Like, all my friends out here gangbanging and all that stuff, I'm not even part of the gang, but it just sadly it took for me to see my friend laying out like that for me to realize, like, I don't want that for myself. I ain't trying to have that for myself. It freaks me out because it's like, if I don't get out of here soon, God forbid what could happen. Like, how can I mentally prepare myself for college if I gotta watch my back before I even get up out of here?
When you wake up, you say you're scared for your life.
Yeah.
Is it inside your household or is it mostly outside your household?
Honestly, it's outside.
From being outside of your household and being in the community that you're in, what do you feel that you could do in order for you not to fear for your life? With the, as you say, the drive-bys, do they occur mostly in the day, in the night? What do you feel that you could do in order to protect yourself?
Well, one thing, honestly, is have a weapon. Like, that's just how I feel. I mean, I don't know how else to go about it because some of these people aren't going to sit here and listen to reason. They ain't caring. Some of the thugs that live in our neighborhood, they don't really care about who you are and what you represent. They don't care about none of that.
I believe that carrying a weapon isn't a really good option for you because there's things that might not go your way. If you're carrying a weapon, possession of a weapon, you could get arrested, and you don't want that. So
then how do I navigate through all this even before I get up out of here? Like, how do I navigate through that?
I think if the drive-bys are happening at night, then just be home at night. Now you have something to work on your personal statement. You have to look at all these colleges. Look at pictures of the colleges. Maybe you'll fall in love with them more. Look at other colleges. Maybe you'll change your mind in the whole process. But writing these personal statements is going to take your mind off the outside and even being outside, which will protect you. So I believe that that's a very good way to stay away from being outside in the dangerous town.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, right now where I'm at right now, like mentally, I'm in the right place and everything, but that's something I gotta deal with until I get up out of here. But yeah, I need to really just think about myself. really just need to like look. I guess I have to just review my surroundings.
Okay, so for next time, we'll have your personal statements ready. We'll send them. We'll actually, one of your teachers is gonna view them. I'll actually email her myself to let her know that you're gonna be doing your personal statements.
Okay.
And we'll meet next week.
All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Nice seeing you.
All right. Nice seeing you too. You have a good day now.
You too.